Welcome back, guys, to the so far last tutorial of this Microsoft Excel series. If we found the need of something else, then we can always come up with the solution on a new video. But for the current syllabus, I think we have covered enough things so that you can at least work with Excel and do necessary things. If you want really advanced things and you have some questions, then we can proceed and we can have a look at them. So at the moment, we have covered most of the basic stuff and the formulas and everything. So the only thing which is remaining is conditional formatting, which is over here. So you can set conditions in Microsoft Excel, and if the condition is true, then it will do whatever you will ask it to do, and if it is false, then it will show you that the condition is not met. Similarly, we can also do like grading. For example, let's have a look at this example. So I have a data for the students and their exams. So the students have an exam which has a theory and a lab portion. So these are the marks, theory marks and the lab marks. And here we can total them, and the total marks for this exam are 200. So these are marks out of 200, these both. And here we will total them. So first we can just total them and apply the formula and everything, and then we can learn about the conditional formatting. So you can see here that the formula is equal sum F3 to G3. So I have added this column and this column to make up the total marks. So when you add these two, you come up with the number 15. And we want to copy this formula all over the place until H17. So we can just select it and drag it from here, and we have copied the formula all the way to the bottom, and we can center it. These are the total marks for every student. So if we want the percentage, like we would also want to calculate the percentage, how much percent a student got. And then you can also calculate the grade, like A plus A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever. So for the percentage, let's have a look at the formula. So what is the formula for the percentage? Total obtained marks divided by total marks multiplied by 100. So obtained marks is here. It's H3. That is our obtained mark. Alright, I should actually write it. Obtained marks. Total marks is a bit confusing. So, and we can also always wrap the text and make it smaller. Like this. I think that's enough. Yeah. You can also wrap this one. Yes, now it looks better. So the obtained marks is H3. Here is H3. So is equal sum, and in brackets that is equal sum is the common string for every formula. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that we are actually doing the sum. We can do anything in the brackets, but is equal sum is just a convention to start a formula. So don't worry about that why are we summing up things. We are actually not. So is equal sum is just a convention we have to use. And H3 multiplied by 100 divided by 200. So 200 is total marks, 100 is for percentage, H3 is the obtained marks. So that's calculating the percentage as 7.5%. And of course we can copy this formula all the way down, and now we have the percentage of every student. So the numbers don't look really good, like some of them are in fractions and some are total numbers, so we can just always do that. Like we can represent each number with one decimal point, or we can do it until 2 decimal points. That looks better than previous. Yes, it does. And now we've got the percentage, we've got the total marks. So there is a rule. For example, if the marks is above 80% or 79.5%, then the grade is A plus. If it is between 70 and 80, the grade is A. So we have a lot of options. Like if the marks is less than 33% or 40%, the grade is F. But how can we do that with Microsoft Excel? Like, I think it's really hard if you have a class of 100 people, or you have 10 classes of 30 people each. It will be a hell lot of work for you to do. And just look at this percentage. Oh, it's between 17 and it's fail. You just write F, then move down. So that will take a lot of time. And luckily, there is a very useful function in Microsoft Excel with which we can do conditional formatting, and we can also use the if statements, the conditional statements. So here we'll use a conditional formula. If the condition is met, then do this, otherwise do that. So if you click on that, I have a formula ready which we can quickly discuss and go through what does it mean, and you can come up with a similar formula for your needs. So here is the formula. It's quite long, and you don't need to worry about it. It's very simple. So we are actually putting the conditions on this column I3. I3 is the percentage marks. So we can say that if the I3 is above 80%, ask the grade to put A plus. So similarly, we will consider I3 in all the places here. So formula is equal if. So there is one more thing. After each if statement, you have to put a bracket. You have to put a parenthesis. So that's the condition. I mean, that's a way of writing the formula. So if I3 is greater than 79.5%, comma, A plus. So that's one condition. You have to write it like that. If I3 is greater than 79%, comma, and then in inverted commas, in double quotes actually, A plus. And then comma this comma now specifies the next if statement. So next if, and then there should be a bracket. So that specifies this if statement. So this is the second statement. If I3 is greater than 69.5%, double quotes A. So if the marks are greater than 69.5%, the grade is A. But if they go greater than 79.5%, then the grade is A plus. So now that condition supersedes this condition. We can't write it the other way around. I mean, if we write it start from F and go to A plus, things won't work. I mean, if we say that if I3 would be greater than 33%, then the grade is E. It won't look further. It will just assign it E. Even if I3 is like 80%, still it is greater than 33%. So we have to come up with a top-down approach. So first we write if I3 is greater than 79.5%, it will say grade A plus, and it won't go further. It will stop here. But if it is not greater than 79.5%, it will look at the next if statement. If not met, it will look at the next one. So that's how the things work in Excel. And the next statement is if I3 is greater than 59.5%, grade is B. If it is greater than 49.5%, grade is C. If it is greater than 39.5%, grade is D. If I3 is greater than 33%, then the grade is E. And if I3 is greater than less than 33%, then of course F, or we can write full fail. Well, A, B, C, D, E, F is good. So after that, now you have to take care of the brackets. So if I just move the cursor, you can see that these two brackets are becoming bold. These two. Have a look again. So it means that this bracket is closing. So how many brackets we have open? Like we have put left parenthesis, the same number of right side parentheses we have to put it to close all of them. So now look, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we have put double parentheses for every single one. So that's how you close a formula. If there is one parenthesis missing, then the formula won't work. It will give an error. So now we'll enter it. That calculated the grade to be F for this percentage of marks. And that's true. So now we can copy this grade to the whole class downstairs. So just select it, drag it like any other formula, and see. Wow. So the first three students have F grade, then E, B, F, C, A plus, B, A. So we have a variety of grades in the class, and that's you can see that it's automatically assigned. It's very useful function in Microsoft Excel. There is another thing. We can also color up the cells like the percentage. We can do a conditional formatting. If the percentage is over 50%, then do this, otherwise do that. Conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. So we can define a rule, like if the cell value is greater than, maybe 40 or 50, we say 50. Then do it a green color, it's a good marks. And then we define another rule and say if the value is less than what? Less than 40%. Or we can say less than 35%. Then do the red formatting. And then we can also define if the value is between 35 and 50. Then do yellow fill. Alright. So now look at that. It is formatting the cells conditionally, and if we change a number, for example this A plus, let it take down. So from 90 we make it 65. Look, it has gone B. Still it has a lot of marks, so we deduct its practical lab marks. We say like 30. Look, now it's D and the color is automatically changed. And if we change it to 40, it has become C and the color is green now. So we say 25, D, 32, still D because it's in that condition. So that's how the conditional formatting works in Microsoft Excel, and that's very useful function. With this kind of formatting, you can highlight the data with certain values or numbers very easily, and it is really easy to work with conditional or if statements as well. So I think that is all about Microsoft Excel. If you have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to comment or send a text, and I'll try to make up a solution for your question or answer your question in the comment section. So I wish you good luck with Microsoft Excel, and we'll meet soon with some other software training. So bye bye.